Let's talk about why some people get better at jiu-jitsu much faster than other people. In short, we are going to be talking about progression curves and how quickly it takes to acquire the skill of Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. There are a few things that go into how quickly you are able to progress. First and foremost is going to be your ability to understand and then integrate new information. So this means both the student and the coach are going to play a role into this. If you have a phenomenal coach who's able to impart really high quality, dense information with efficient and effective drills, that's really going to help someone progress much faster than if they didn't have that. If they were just doing, a subpar technique without very efficient means of drilling or integrating it into your muscle memory. But as a student, as a learner, your ability to understand techniques as far as why they work and how to do them is something that you can get better simply by, studying how mechanics of jiu-jitsu and the human body works, attending more classes, things like that. Some people have a better ability to understand that out of the box. Some people really, it takes a long time for them to understand jiu-jitsu. And that's sort of just how it goes. Some people are really good at math, some people aren't. With most things, some are more naturally inclined to pick things up faster. However, no matter what, if you are putting in more quality effort than somebody else, you will be on a steeper progression curve. So, for example, say person A is training 2 times a week for an hour and a half, right? Let's say it's a really long training session. That's a total of 3 hours of mat time per week, 2 distinct training sessions with 3 hours a week. And person B is training 5 distinct training times per week, and let's just say it's about an hour. Now, it's only 2 hours more per week than the person who's training twice. But here's what's going to happen. This is not a perfect scenario. This is going to be life. Something's going to come up and person A is going to miss a training session and person B is going to miss a training session. Then it goes down to just 1 training session per week for person A, and it goes down to 4 training sessions for person B. And that is almost 4 times as much training, even though, the one session was like an hour and a half, but, maybe they had to leave a little bit early. So, obviously I'm exaggerating and I'm painting a picture, but this is something that happens quite a lot. If you're able to maintain a higher volume of training, if you're able to put more hours in consistently over a period of years, it is not a period of months, although it will happen over a period of months. Most often, people will only be able to maintain a high volume of training, and I would say that's about 5 hours of training per week. Most people can't maintain that for more than 1, maybe 2 years. However, if you can continue to maintain that by integrating it into your lifestyle, integrating it to how you just exist, that high volume of high quality training means you'll be progressing much, much faster than people who maybe even started like well before you. So if you want to get good fast and you really want to progress, all you have to do is put in more better quality work. And I know that seems like, kind of an obvious answer, but there are other factors that go into it. If you want to put in more better high quality work, obviously you have to have access to the training partners and the coaches that will help facilitate that. But your body, your physical ability to do things is a huge factor. If you're injured, if you have weak muscles or fragile bones, or you're old and broken down, you are not going to be able to put in as many high quality hours as someone who doesn't have that kind of damage on their body. One of the things that I was very fortunate to be able to do was put in so many hours of mat time when I was very young, while also I was focusing on recovery. I never I never really pushed through injuries, and I'm still to this day extremely recovery and longevity minded. And I think that served me very well because I will essentially do as much jiu-jitsu as my body can physically output. And if I didn't have to recover physically, I could probably do more hours of jiu-jitsu. Definitely I could, but I physically cannot just keep putting that much work out, so I have to recover and you have to take time off the mats. But if you're able to really get that skill, it's way easier to maintain than it is to get better. But if you are trying to get better, be on that steep progression curve. Thanks for watching the video.